Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition program, Kimberly Ann Nesbitt. Graduating from the Master of Science in Nutrition program and the Masters of Science in Global Health, Cassie Petro. Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition program, Derek Webster. Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition, Priscilla Ruiz Rivera. Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition, Rebecca Leaf. Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition, Stephanie Paulson. Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition program, Tanya Page. In addition, we also want to recognize the following graduates who are unable to be with us today. Graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Nutrition with magna cum laude honors, Cassie Brzezinski. Graduating from the Bachelor's of Science in Nutrition with cum laude honors, Marina Lunas. Graduating from the Master's of Arts in International Development and Service, Elizabeth Bradshaw. Graduating from the Master's of Arts in International Development and Service, Stephanie Castellan. Graduating from the Master's of Arts in International Development and Service, Stacy Patillo. Graduating from the Master's of Arts in International Development and Service, Willie Risco. Graduating from the Master's of Science in Global Health, Alexis Madrigal Lugo. Graduating from the Master's of Science in Global Health, Dr. Tricia Parks. Graduating from the Master's in Science in Nutrition, Blair Anderson. Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition program, Analia Brown Clay. Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition, Anna Marie Bruflat. Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition program, Bridget Dieterding. Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition, Ashley Ash. Graduating from the Masters in Science and Nutrition program, Molly Rose Glickman. Also graduating from the Masters of Science and Nutrition program, Amanda Faith Holdeman. And finally, graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition, Rebecca Lyons. Actually, in addition, graduating from the Masters in Science and Nutrition, Emily McIntyre. Graduating from the Masters in Science and Nutrition, Brooke Piper. Graduating from the Masters of Science in Nutrition, Dr. Melinda Schotenstein. And with a Masters of Science in Integrative Medicine Research, Kristen Sprague. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, everyone. Your presence here today honors each graduate. We hope that you'll join us this afternoon for our online NUNM commencement presentation. And you'll hear from our keynote speaker, Dr. Cassandra Quabe, and student speakers, Lexi Locke and Stephen Wien. Thank you very much.
Okay, let me see. Thank you for joining us in celebrating our amazing graduates, National University of Natural Medicine. Let's see what time the next part is. All right, let me look. Max red line to airport experiencing up to 15-minute delays due to a mechanical issue. It may be 110 degrees in Portland tomorrow, and the record is 707 for any high temp for any day. Let me see what time the next part is. (11:15). What time is it now? 10:30. Let's check the temperature. Who has a song request so that the stream can get flagged for copyright violation? Okay, that's not being a very good diplomat to make a comment like that. However true it may be. All right, let's see. Check the temp. Jim in Chicagoland is live. Stormy weather in Chicagoland. Extreme storm team coverage. Okay, right now it says it may be 110 tomorrow and 106 today. Right now it's 83 degrees. Feels like 84. All right. Let me see if... Let me open HAPS on my phone. The gymnastics trials are at noon on Olympic Channel Pacific Time, 1 on NBC. But are there any track trials on now? I don't know. Let me look.
Went down, and you see part of it under the trees there. CNN's Allison Cossack joining me.
Killed in a Mexico in a hot air balloon accident.
This accident involved a total of 5 people. As you said, 4 are dead. 1 was transported to the hospital and is listed in critical and unstable condition. Here is what Albuquerque police
New Mexico, not Mexico.
He says this happened this morning around 7 a.m. local time.
I'm looking for the
hot air balloon crashed into some power lines near the intersection of Central Avenue and Unser Boulevard. The balloon hitting the top wires and the gondola actually skirting some of those top wires.
What channel is the Olympic Channel?
On fire and then separating from the balloon, the basket falling to the ground in that intersection. And by the time police and fire officials got to the scene, 4 people were dead. 1, as I said, was transported to the hospital. The victims in this accident range in age from 40 to 60 years old. One of the deceased involves the pilot. Now, this did cause a power outage that affected 13,000 customers. Power has since been restored. These pictures are incredible, though. You see how that balloon just rested on top of a house nearby that intersection where the basket went down. Albuquerque's police department spokesman telling us that these things
I'll
are
look
just
for
horrible
Olympic Channel.
anytime that they happen. Frederica?
All right,
OLYMP.
All right, coming up, crews searching for survivors in Florida, investigators searching for answers as well. What we're learning about the condo building that collapsed, including a study that found it had been sinking.
So through Ancestry, I
Okay, let me try again. OLYMP.
She was only 17. Bring your family history to life like never before. Get started for free at Ancestry.
What am I doing wrong? O is 6, L is 5, Y is not 7.
You're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again. Hold tight. Hey, Beth.
How do I go back?
Yep. Moving.
We're waiting for the next NUNM graduation, and I'm looking up what time, if there's track and field Olympic trials right now. OLY. Olympic Channel. Olympic Trials. Olympic Trials. Wait. 10 to 11 a.m. U.S. Olympic Trials. 7:87 and 12:22. Do we want to hear about that building, the condo building that collapsed that they said they knew was sinking?
With every detail in sharp focus. That's seeing no limits. Verilux lenses by S.
Women's 10K 10-kilometer finals from Eugene, Oregon. Olympic HD.
Don't flex your pecs. Terminex.
Looks like clear skies will begin.
787. U.S. Olympic Trials. Gymnastics says noon.
Stay in your lane with cup. The WeatherTech
Olympic Channel.
phone secure fits virtually any size cup holder.
I am tired. How are you doing today?
Everything else cup phone can do with WeatherTech.com.
And wow, irregular pulse. That's not good. Wolf says, why isn't my picture on the screen? And Bear. All right, fine. I'll put your picture up.
Immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/hire and get started today.
Feeling stressed in your skin? Not with new Olay Retinol Body Wash, which improves skin 3 times better, from dry and stressed to bright and smooth. So I can feel my best in my skin. Olay Body, fearless in my skin.
Bring your eyes into the spotlight with Lumify eye drops. Lumify has a unique formulation that dramatically reduces redness to help your eyes look brighter, whiter, and more luminous, radiant, vibrant for up to 8 hours. Lumify is doctor recommended and gets a whole lot of buzz. It's not a trick of the light, it's Lumify, your little secret for letting your eyes' natural beauty shine through. Lumify, you won't believe your eyes.
When the feet that don't take a break need a break, that's a job Pro keeps for healthy feet. It's America's #1 selling foot cream for guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked feet. Also, try new O'Keefe's moisturizing hand soap from the makers of America's #1 hand cream.
Is that this room? Dad, why didn't you answer your phone?
You want to love this book.
beyond questions about the state of their loved ones, family members of those missing have serious questions over what officials knew about the state of the collapsed condo here in Surfside, Florida. Chief among them, whether this could have been prevented. CNN's Brian Todd has more.
Structural engineers and other experts now scrambling to find answers as to how this collapse could have occurred in an area with some of the strictest building codes in the world.
It's very unusual to see a building collapse in this way. It reminds me of building in countries where the earthquakes and the construction is not in good conditions.
Professor Shimon Dewinski of Florida International University released a study last year which said that 40-year-old building, the Champlain Towers South, had been sinking, or subsiding as he calls it, at a rate of about 2 millimeters a year between 1993 and 1999.
It's not clear if the land was moving or the building was moving into the land, but it was obviously that the building itself moved a very small portion, which is about, over the measurement period of 6 years, is about half an inch.
Dewinski said that sinking didn't occur in other buildings right around that complex. He said the sinking alone likely would not have caused the building to collapse, but experts say it could be associated with tension and possible cracks inside the structure. Local officials say there was roof work being done on the building. They're careful to say that may not be the cause of this disaster, but experts say it could have been a contributing factor.
Collision of effects of potentially working on the roof, potentially the non-maintenance of certain parts of the building where the connections can come together and fail and create the pancake effect that happened.
The location and climate of that area, experts say, also have to be considered.
Potentially the corrosion of this steel, this, as you notice, is right next to the ocean, and also the area collapses the ocean side, right? That's where they usually use the corrosion there. So corrosion of the reinforcement will compromise the capacity of the column. If the column fails, everything fails essentially.
An attorney for the Condo Residents Association says over the past several months, the building had undergone what he called thorough engineering inspections in preparation for its 40-year certification.
Nothing appeared either to the engineers or to any of the residents that would suggest anything like this was imminent. Nothing.
Experts say it may take several months before we know the real causes, and ask for the possibility of one smoking gun.
Usually, a collapse like this doesn't happen just because of one factor. Several factors is combined, and it's like a perfect storm.
And we've learned a class action lawsuit has been filed against the Champlain Towers South Condominium Association, accusing that group of, quote, failures to secure and safeguard the lives and property of condo unit owners. The suit, which seeks in excess of $5 million in damages, cites a statement from the association's attorney, Kenneth Director, who said that repair needs had been identified but had not been completed. In response to the lawsuit, Director said he doesn't know and engineers don't know with certainty what caused the building to come down. So, quote, how is it that this lawyer knows with certainty what caused the building to fall down? Brian Todd, CNN, Washington.
Brian, thank you so much. Part of what we've been hearing from officials over and over again, Fred, as they put out a message to the public and specifically to the families of those who are still missing, is a plea for patience. And it takes many forms. It's not just patience about figuring out the condition of their loved ones, but also figuring out accountability and whether this could have been prevented. And as we keep hearing from experts, it may be quite some time before we actually find out the cause or causes of this collapse.
Yeah, further burden on the pain so many are feeling. Thank you so much, Boris. We'll check back with you. Our coverage from Seaside, Florida continues in a moment. Also ahead, new concerns about the Delta variant of COVID in children. Several cases reported at a school in Reno, Nevada.
OHA lists capacity limits at pools, movie theaters, and malls due to heat. Portland, Oregon. In response to forecast of dangerous historic temperatures.
Jeremy, right there.
Oregon Health Authority has suspended COVID-19 related capacity limits at swimming pools, movie theaters, and shopping malls effective immediately to help Oregonians stay cool this weekend. Now, TriMet also stopped the limits yesterday. The social distancing and capacity limits were stopped by TriMet yesterday. Hello. The additional venues come after capacity limits were suspended today, earlier today at cooling centers and on public transit. Oh, I didn't know about the cooling center limit being lifted. Much of Oregon anticipates record-breaking heat over the next few days. In Eugene, all of the city's pools are by reservation only, and currently all of their recreational swims are full this weekend.
Answer a few questions, and our techno wizard
Amazon pool is closed for a swim meet as well.
When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your
For tips on how to beat the heat and avoid heat-related illness, visit OHA's Heat Illness Prevention webpage.
The more we get together, the more we get together.
I'm going to share that to my Facebook page. I guess we're not watching the track trials.
Get together with confidence with Abbott's Binex.
I'm tired, but I haven't had any coffee yet. Let me see. What does Marie have to say?
Online dating? I thought he meant a nice woman that way, but I'm not really sure where to look.
Pick up your phone, go to OurTime.com, just take a look. It's easy to take a look on Our Time, the dating site for people over 50.
Toe fungus is tough to kill, and it can spread.
It's time to start using Fungi Nail. Maximum strength Fungi Nail is so powerful it cures and prevents fungal infections. Plus, it has aloe and tea tree oil to restore skin health. Say goodbye to toe fungus with Fungi Nail.
To run a growing business is to be on a journey. And along the ride, you'll have many questions, challenges, and a few surprises. But wherever you are in your journey,
All right, what was I doing? Oh, my stories from a year ago today.
so you can stop at nothing.
Wind Rider Film Forum, virtual film forum,
I'm Jackie Cummins.
and watching the Daytime Emmy Awards on CBS West Coast, which were on yesterday.
She was the boss.
Wait, last year they were on June 26th,
Full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere.
which was a Friday last year.
Confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you
All
do,
right.
there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Get 2.49% financing for 72 months.
Let me
on all
share that
2021
picture about the
Silverado
cooling
pickups.
centers.
Plus, get a total value of $3,500 on this 2021 Silverado C71. Find new roads.
The capacity limits were going to go away on Wednesday anyway, but they got lifted yesterday because of the heat.
Presented by Stifel, November 4th, Moda Center.
The world's most romantic voice, Andrea Bocelli. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
CNN special report, Governor chasing a fairy tale, next Saturday at 9.
All right, a school in Nevada is facing a very serious COVID situation. Hunsberger Elementary in Reno found 9 cases of the coronavirus, 4 of which were identified as the Delta variant, first discovered in India. According to the CDC, the Delta variant is very contagious and is disproportionately affecting younger people. Joining us right now, Dr. Jane Morgan. She is the executive director of the Piedmont Healthcare COVID Task Force in Georgia. Dr. Morgan, so good to see you. So this is pretty scary, particularly for parents, especially when children under the age of 12 cannot get a COVID vaccine right now. So how concerned should we all be about this Delta variant, particularly as we already start thinking about school in the fall?
Yeah, thank you, Frederica, for having me today. You know, one of the things that we have to understand is that Mutations will continue to happen if we cannot get our vaccination and immunity status up to herd immunity. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And so this Delta variant, this Delta mutation is just the latest mutation that will occur, but others will continue to come. And certainly our children represent that pocket of our society that currently is unable to be vaccinated, so is dependent on the rest of us to step up and get vaccinated such that we can protect all of those who are unable to be vaccinated currently.
President Biden talked about the Delta variant this week. This is what he said.
It's more easily transmittable than Delta
Hello.
variant, potentially deadlier, and especially dangerous for young people. He says it's the greatest threat to our fight to beat COVID-19. The good news is we have a solution. The science is clear. The best way to protect yourself against the virus and its variants is to be fully vaccinated. It works. It's free. It's safe. It's easy. It's convenient.
So, Dr. Morgan, the president wants Americans, 70% of Americans, to be fully vaccinated by July 4th. Of course, still unclear whether that goal will be met, but at least hearing more about this Delta variant, do you expect that might be greater impetus for people to get vaccinated?
I certainly hope so. Make no mistake that at this point, every death from COVID because of our vaccine free just think about that. Every
and whom you curse is cursed. Balaam knows that what he says will matter and will be remembered for all time. He is afraid of getting it horribly wrong, but he accepts the job, like I did, more or less, stalling Balaam's dignitaries until he can get help from God to make sure he says the right thing. For 2 years, every other Monday, in my imposter role as Senate chair, I went early to the Senate chambers to try to control at least my environment by adjusting the window shades so they were perfect and straightening all the chairs so they were aligned. I also prayed for help. I am a Balaam. Because he is distracted by his concern for his career and his place in society, Balaam fails to see an angel of the Lord on his path. His humble she-donkey, concerned with more prosaic matters, can see the angels, and the angel has a sword. Sensibly, the donkey swerves to avoid this fearsome sight. The donkey avoids the angel 3 times, and each time, as she pulls against her master's urging, she is beaten with a stick. In the Book of Symbols, Reflections on Archetypal Images, I read, quote, "The steadfastness of the donkey is legendary. Almost anyone, rich or poor, living in the world of biblical times, would have been familiar with its saving grace." The book continues to describe that the donkey has greater intelligence than the horse and is an emblem of the humble. If treated kindly, it is by nature an animal of perseverance and affection. While I am a Balaam, I hope I am also a donkey. In this story, the donkey knows better than Balaam what really matters. Balaam has the potential to curse a nation, but he can't see an angel blocking his path to dissuade him from doing the wrong thing. The donkey sees the angel, understands his purpose, and tries to steer Balaam from his flawed course. When she is briefly given the power of speech, she doesn't rail at Balaam for his cruelty. She reasonably asks, "Have I been in the habit of doing thus to you?" The donkey is about patience, consideration, and she takes her time to ensure that Balaam gets where he needs to go, or in this case, fails to get where God preferred he not go. There's part of me that knows exactly where I'm supposed to be, from a peaceful certainty I cannot explain. I knew it would do me good to chair a faculty senate, despite my terror. I knew I should sign up for my geek training, although I did not know how badly I needed stories and how badly I needed Torah. I knew to say yes when a lovely man asked me to take a walk around the track at Bellevue School. A part of me always knows what's right and quietly and sensibly ensures I get where I need to be. I'm hoping that in the story, Balaam repented his pride and finally thanked his donkey for her friendship, patience, and good counsel. I hope he made sure she got plenty of rest and big juicy carrots when they got back home, finally leaving the Israelites in peace.
I'm trying to see who these 2 people on the screen are. I can't read the names.
Deborah, thank you
so much.
Oh, Rivka.
What complexity in that story. I sent you a little message to ask you. You told me the other day the meaning of the Cyclops. Remember what that was, the symbol of it? Because all of these elements in Bilam and Balak, I don't know if you have that book of signs and symbols that Rosenberg, but everything in Bilam is, maybe hold it up if you've got it handy. If not, that's okay. But it's all metaphysical symbols. What is the donkey? Who is Bilam? Who is Balak? This is what the Baal Shem Tov Revolution. Look at this book of symbols, and in terms of see if the Cyclops is in there. Ayala told me something only because Bilam only has one eye, and he's kind of a cycloptic kind of character. So I want to study that. You don't remember it, Ayala? Well, I'll look it up later. I wonder if Deborah Rosenberg could find it in the book. One of the great things in Jewish renewal is exploration of new modalities of prayer. As Rabbi Rivka Coburn can attest, she's a pioneer, along with a small cadre of other, mostly women in our movement, who are bringing sacred movement and connecting it to the prayer itself. You know, when I grew up in an Orthodox shul in Brooklyn, it was mostly a men's game. But the men knew how to move. They shuffled and they swayed. I mean, it wasn't beautiful aesthetic dance movements, but it was taking the words themselves and connecting them to physical movement, so that there was. So one of the explorations, one of the great pioneers, besides Diane Elliott, Rivka Coburn, and Rachel Reschnell, is Shefa Gold, who brought to us this idea of mantra chanting 20 or 30 years ago. And with mantra chanting, you take just a few words from an entire prayer, but you get the haiku essence of that entire prayer. So we explored this a little bit last week, and I want to explore it again this week. And it's kind of a repeat after me. And what you can see on the left-hand side is the theme of the prayer.
I have to blow my nose. Hold on. Okay,
and it's
thanks.
a beautiful thing. You can do it on every weekday morning. You can do it on Shabbos morning. Here we have the essence, and I really want to dedicate this to my friend, to my colleague, Shefa Gold. So, repeat after me. I'm grateful for waking. I feel goodness in my life. Matov. I intend unity. I celebrate the body you give me. I celebrate the breath you give me. Elohai neshama shenatata bi. Kodagi. Grateful for life. Od Ladonai Gitov. I praise the one. Hallelujah. I bless. Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Yah Hamvorach. Yulam va'er. I see the light. Yitzeror. Uvarei Chosher. Osei Shalom. Orei Etakur. Former of light. Hater of darkness. Maker of Shalom. I sense the holy. Kadosh. 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 God loves me. Avaraba. Avtam. Yitzon. Into my feeling as Nishma.
Where's my coffee?
I feel liberation. I'm a channel for God. Adonai sifatai kita fi yagid dilatecha. Now we'll take a couple of minutes, private. You can shut your camera off if you'd like. And we learned a little bit last night, but it's just important to emphasize how incredible it is that our prayers, Shabbat, the 7 prayers for the Amidah, all align themselves to the spectrum and the 7 spherot. That purple is chesed, the right shoulder, and that's for our ancestors. The power of the Torah on the left shoulder is blue. The heart of healing, the sacred heart, is green. The right hip for Shabbat is yellow. Shekhinah is the orange is Hod. And gratitude, Yesod. And finally, our prayer for peace, for the grounding of the ground of Shabbat. So take a couple of minutes if you'd like to read these out loud to yourself, to stand or sit, and to let it be your prayer. We'll meet up together again in about 2 minutes.
Well, the community here in Surfside is facing new concerns about this condo's sister building. It's nearly identical and it's located just a block away. The mayor here in Surfside told me a few hours ago that that building should be evacuated until a structural investigation can be completed.
It has the same name, it had the same developer, it probably had the same materials, it probably had the same plans, and, you know, people are asking me, is the building safe? And I can't tell them it is safe. I can't tell them that.
The families affected by this, Fred, are not only wondering about the conditions of their loved ones, but also whether this could have been prevented. And we're getting new details today that shine a light on the condition of the building before it collapsed, actually dating back to 2018. A structural field survey that was conducted of the condo warned of cracking in some of the columns that were in the pool deck. An engineer arguing that major repairs were going to be needed, repairs that were apparently going to begin before the unthinkable happened. As we take a look at these images of rescue crews literally standing atop 11 stories of what used to be homes. We have a full team on the ground right now as the search for survivors continues. Let's go ahead and start with CNN's Randy Kay. She's not far from where the rescue efforts are unfolding right now. Randy, bring us up to speed. What is the latest on this effort?
Hello there, Boris. Yeah, still they're having real problems with this very deep burning fire that the mayor referred to earlier. It is spreading laterally, and they're having a very hard time reaching it and putting it out. They're trying to isolate it because it is hampering the search and rescue efforts. They're using infrared.
The prophet Micah, who gives us this incredible insight into what ancient Judaism brought into the world, which is not just the connection to God, not just the service to God through prayer, not just with some goal of enlightenment and perfection, but to fulfill the words of Im Ruchi Gaviyati, as it is in my soul, so it's going to be in my physical life. So the prophet Micah says, Yigid lecha adam matuk. The Holy One has told you, O human, what is good. Ma'ya doresh mincha. And what does Yireh Vaveh require of you? Ki masot mishpat. Just do justice. Yehava chesed, to love kindness. Chesnea lechem im elchech. And to walk humbly with your God. Isn't that an incredible instruction? So, Peter, this would be a great moment for you to share your Devar Torah with us, please.
And thank you. Okay, our son is here, Gabe, so it's very exciting that Gabe are with us.
Wonderful. Hi, Gabe.
Hello. Okay, how does a seer read change is mine by a leader with an army behind him and a need to hear what he wants to hear. In the Torah Parsha Balak, such a man exists. He is oddly steadfast and true to what he has heard from a God unworshipped by himself or those who have called him to confirm their power. In this story, we find a human being who wants to curse the Jews, yet becomes so forthright and unabashed in his belief in Adonai and his people. What he has divined, then experienced in his journey with a female donkey and an angel trickster, leads him to espouse the Hebrew God as the ultimate bearer of truth. I am particularly interested in Balaam's transformation because it follows so soon on the Parsha Shalach Lecha. In that Parsha, you will remember, God found that 10 of 12 Jewish spies lacked faith in their own God, the God of the Hebrew peoples. How is it that Jews who have been promised Eretz Yisrael have no faith in Adonai's pledge to lead them? Yet later, a heathen soothsayer can speak truth to the mighty leader Balak, who would like to slay him for his forthrightness. Now listen to Balaam. God is not man to be capricious, translation. Unlike men, God is not wishy-washy, or mortal to change his mind, or like mortals, influensible. Hear that, Balak. Not to mention you doubting Hebrew spies. How can I damn whom God has not damned? And finally, in the little prayer that we did a little earlier, Ma Tovu, how goodly are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel, all Balaam. And to Balaam forecasts that these invaders will inherit the land. Balaam doesn't bow to Balak's pressure at all. Balaam believed the man of no country proclaims his truth, when others, among them many Jews, cannot accept God's powerful promises of a holy land. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs suggests that Shalach Lecha teaches us that when we everyday people substitute our daily perceptions for the weighty, unknowable reality, we can destroy our own precarious relationship with the eternal. We might want to get better at discerning between that which is truth and that which simply fits the narrative we cling to within our sometimes passive, sometimes grandiose selves.
Wow, Peter, thank you so much. That was wonderful. Really, really wonderful. This search for symbols and who these characters are in our lives seems to become more and more important for the survival of Judaism, probably any religion actually, Christianity and Islam. Once we see God as being so outside of us and being in control of us, then God is a great puppeteer and we're just on strings. Well, there's not much we can do about it anyway because it's just karma or it's just fate. But Judaism from ancient times tries to walk that fine line between saying there is fate, hashgacha prati, divine providence, but there is also our actions, what we do. And so part of the actions that we take is to make this world a better place. This concept of tikkun olam can't be taken lightly in our day and age. There is so much work to do in terms of equity, in terms of defeating racism, defeating sexism, homophobia, dealing with climate change. And so sometimes we need to say, if it be your will, but other times we know we need to say, we shall overcome. And not just through prayer, but through our actions. Sometimes as simple as just taking the first step into the sea, watching the waters part, sometimes with a protest. Years ago, people were at the sea, terrified of what was pursuing them, the armies of Egypt, terrified of what was ahead of them, the wilderness that they didn't know, terrified of their own freedom, so deeply embedded in their own slavery that they were slaves to their own attitudes. It was now shown the place his feet into the water. Water's part. Faith. Sometimes we just have faith. Put our feet into the water. Just keep going. This is what they say.
$11.11, make a wish.
So we have our third Torah coming up in just a minute from Lala. But I wanted to share with you one more time this devotional davening. We did it last week, and Shira Mendez de Leon, who's here, asked me for a copy of it. If you email me, I'm glad to send it to you. I'm telling you, you can daven every day for literally 1 minute, 2 minutes, and it's just as rich as a full 20-minute davening or 40-minute davening. You know, if you love davening, you don't want to leave that state where the endorphins are just flowing. It's kind of like what you dancers know about dancing or poets know about reading or writing poetry. Where you can literally just pray the words down the left. I'm grateful for waking. I feel goodness. I intend unity. I celebrate the body you give me. I hope you enjoyed it. I know we went fast before, but I really wanted to do it as a demo that you can daven this on your own at home. So please email me if you'd like a copy. So why are we doing a third one? Well, we could have done 5 or 6 or 9.
What temperature is it in here? 73.
It's such a mysterious thing to study this guy, Bilam, who's really not a nice person, but a true prophet. Why is he a true prophet? Well, he tells Balak, he says, listen, I'd like to curse these people. I'd love to make a couple of bucks. I know you're paying me as a mercenary prophet, but I won't curse them or bless them. I'll only do what God says. Even though I'm on your side, I'd like to do it. What a mysterious, complex character. What a part of ourselves is so like that, so mercenary, that we'd like to do something negative, but yet somehow we've got an integrity inside of ourselves to only do what God tells us. So, Ayala, you have any light to shed on this?
Yeah, a little different take. So, I have a lot of questions about this parsha. Some of them are, how does God choose God's vessels? Can we each really be a blessing and blessed in this world? Does it depend upon how we perceive ourselves, and consequently, how we project ourselves into the world, and ultimately, how we are perceived by those around us? In Parshat Balak, we see a leitmotif that harkens back to the story of the spies. The idea that we are to others as we see ourselves. Some of you remember that when Moses sends in the spies to scout out the land, most of them return with the now infamous message that we saw ourselves as grasshoppers and so we were in their eyes. How many times in our own lives have we seen ourselves as less than, unworthy, disempowered, and undeserving? As a child, I felt unseen by my mother. She was very loving and affectionate.
We're going to have to go back and listen to that later. Wait, who is that?
Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine and a master of science in oriental medicine, Dr. Caitlin Lee Bailey. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine and a master of science in oriental medicine, Dr. Jaden Honeybear Hawkinson.
Is he wearing
Graduating with a
sneakers?
master of science in oriental medicine, Martha Mungchu Jin.
Nice shoes, Brant.
Graduating with a master of science in oriental medicine, Sarah Ann Mosler. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine and a master of science in oriental medicine, Dr. Haley Rose Jensen.
Jeez. We're
Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine and a master of science in oriental medicine with a certificate in Shiatsu, Dr. Stephen Nguyen. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine and a master of science in oriental medicine, Dr. Taylor Ashley Martin. Graduating with a Master of Science in Oriental Medicine,
Hello.
Amanda Bess Saperstein. Graduating with a Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine and a Master of Science in Oriental Medicine, Dr. Drea Bustamante. Graduating with a Doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Gregory David Doan. Graduating with a Doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Tara Ratzliff.
They don't have to wear their gowns, I guess, because it's so hot outside.
Graduating with a Doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Monica Lynn Brown. Graduating with a Doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Tessa Lynn Cooper. Graduating with a Doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Evelyn Rose Juniper. Graduating with a Doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Yanhu Zhang. Graduating with a Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine and a Master of Science in Oriental Medicine, Dr. Lara Natalia Nargosian.
Hello.
Graduating with a Doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Cynthia Casas.
Oh, thank you very much. Who sent that? Wolf Puppy, how are you? Thank you. It's the NUNM graduation.
Doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Elizabeth Ryan.
I wonder if I know her. Oh, thank you. Oh, the unicorn's named Bear. My niece named the unicorn Bear. And the dog is Woof Woof. Woof Woof has his own broadcasting account. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm clearing my throat. I probably need my allergy medicine.
Oriental Medicine, Dr. Charles Edward Fleck.
It's going to be 110 tomorrow. It's never gone over 107 in Oregon ever. It's going to be like 106 today. Yeah, here too. Do you have air conditioning? I do. My doctor helped me get one air conditioner and I crowdsourced the other. Yeah, I'm in Portland, so yeah. Okay, I saw the comment above that I didn't see it. Wait, let me see. Let's see. You don't have air conditioning? Take some ice and put it in bowls and put it in front of the fans.
Dr. James Ariano.
That can help. Even if you have to put on a wet t-shirt and sit in front of the fan, if you have to cool. And also a hot shower will actually make you cooler when you get out of the shower. I learned that from Chinese medicine. And I saw you can't stay long. You just want to pop in and say hi. Okay, hi. Thanks for stopping in. And those gaiters aren't good for protecting against COVID, but they are good if you wet a gaiter and put it on your neck like the runners use.
Graduating with a doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Lisa Ann Schultz.
I only went to one acupuncture appointment all year with the NUNM students. Normally I go weekly. Before I had surgery, I went up to 3 times a week, so I don't even know these students. But Brant's there wearing sneakers, which is kind of funny, giving out the diplomas. I can't tell if he's wearing jeans, but I can tell he's wearing sneakers, because normally you don't see the person's shoes. You too. Right now, did you send another award? Thank you.
Oriental Medicine, Dr. Marley Callis.
What's cute? What's right here? It's 73 degrees, 43% humidity. I haven't checked the bedroom, but I'm managing it. You've never really used your coins before? Well, thank you for the gifts. You said something was cute, but I'm not sure which. Oh, the sneakers at graduate. I don't know. You know, Brant's his own person, but even I would say it might have been better to wear some other shoes if he has other shoes.
Doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Eleni Ann Keladis.
Greek name. Do I know her? And I'm not presenting the screen because I have to clear all these windows, because when I present a screen, then it just slows down to the point where nobody can hear anything. I think I know this girl. Wait. Who is it? With the tattoos on her legs and the boots? What's her name?
Graduating with a doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Erica Robin Burley.
I don't know. They don't have to apparently wear their gowns because it's like 80 degrees outside. See you. Oh, you too. Stay cool. Thanks for stopping in.
Graduating with a doctorate of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Megan Worth.
I don't know if the other woman has shoes or flip-flops on.
Graduating with a Doctorate of Science, a Doctorate of Oriental Medicine, and a Master of Science in Nutrition, Dr. Brianna Lones Vick.
I never even saw the graduation last year. I never watched it yet.
We also recognize the following graduates who are unable to be with us today. Graduating with concurrent degrees of Doctorate of Oriental Medicine and Master of Science in Integrative Medicine Research, Dr. Robin Littlefield. Thank you and congratulations.
What time does the other meeting start? Right now. So, and this does not look like it's going to go as late as predicted.
Your presence here today truly honors our graduates. We hope that you will join us later this afternoon for our online commencement ceremony, which you'll hear from our keynote speaker, Dr. Cassandra Clave, as well as our student speakers, Lexi Locke and Stephen Nguyen. Thank you again today for joining us for NUNM's commencement ceremony. At this time, we ask you to take your belongings, and you are free to go. Thank you.
Why does it say School of Classical Chinese Medicine and College of Classical Chinese Medicine? That looks like a mistake. I think that's the naturopathic one at 12:30. All right, where's the feed for the... All right, where's the feed? Wait, for the... All right, where is the feed for the annual meeting? I'm looking for it. My Apple ID was used. All right, where's... I wonder what pastries they served. Wait, what's the passcode? The meeting host will let you in soon.
Thanks for joining us. We're just on our way a couple more minutes before we get going.
Bear and Wolf Wolf wanted to say hi. Bo's in the other room. Is this meeting being recorded?
It will not be.
Okay, thanks. All right, if they're not recording the meeting, I think I should turn off my live stream. Okay, I'm muted so they don't hear me saying that. Bye. See you later.